Good day everyone, I am Marcus Pardo and today I and my group will be reporting the whole lesson 4. So to start with, let us first ask what is material management? So material management is a basic function of a business that adds value directly to the product itself. Material management deals with controlling and regulation of flow of materials in relation in changes of variables like demands, prices, availability, quality, delivery schedule, and etc. Thus, material management is an important function of an organization covering various aspects of input processes. So, material management deals with raw materials, procurement of machines, and other equipment necessary for production process and spare parts of the maintenance of the plant. Thus, in a production process, material management can be considered as the preliminary transformation process. It also involves planning and programming for the procurement of materials and capital goods of desired quality and specification at reasonable price and at the required time. It is also concerned with the market exploration for the items to be purchased and to have up-to-date information, store and stock control, inspection of the materials received in the enterprises, transportation and material handling operation related to materials and many other functions. In the words of Bethel, its responsibility and when the correction finished product in the proper condition and quantity passes to the consumer. Scope of material management, production and operation management. Material planning and control. Material planning and control is done based on the sales forecast and production plans. This involves estimating the individual's requirements of parts, preparing material budget, forecasting the level of inventories, scheduling the orders, and monitoring the performance in relation to production and sales. Second is purchasing. Purchasing includes selection of sources of supply finalization in terms of purchase, placement of purchase orders, follow-ups, maintenance of smooth relation with suppliers, approval of payments, evaluating and rating the suppliers. Next is the store management or the management itself. This involves physical control of materials, preservation of stores, minimization of obsolescence and damage through timely disposal and efficient handling, maintenance of records, and proper location and stocking. A store is also responsible for the physical verification of stock and reconciling with book figures. Store also plays a vital role in a operation of a company. The fourth one is the inventory management. So inventory generally refers to the materials in stock. It is called as the ideal resource of an enterprise. Inventories represent those items which are either stock for sale, items that are in the process of manufacturing, and also those items that are form of materials which are yet to be utilized. The interval between receiving the purchased parts and transforming them into final products varies from industries to industries, depending upon the cycle time of the manufacturer. It is therefore necessary to hold inventories of various kinds to act as a buffer between supply and demand for efficient operation of the management. The next is the other related activities. First is the 3S. 3S stands for the standardization, specification, and simplification. First, let us discuss what is standardization. So, standardization is a process establishing standards or units of measure by which extent quality, quantity, value, performance, and etc. It is also means as the maximum variety of products from minimum variety of materials, parts, tools, and processes. Next is the simplification. So simplification is closely related to standardization. It is a process of reducing the variety of product manufactured. It is also concerned with the reduction of the product range, parts, materials, and even design. And last but not the least, with the 3S is the specifications. Specifications refer to a precise statement that formalizes the requirements of the customer. It may be related to a product, process, or a service. And other related activities is the value analysis. Value analysis is concerned with the cost added due to the inefficient or unnecessary specification and features. It takes or makes its contribution in the last stage of product cycle, namely the maturity stage. And last but not the least, other related activities is the agronomics or the human engineering. So agronomics concerned with man-machine system. Agronomics is the design of human tasks, man-machine system, and effective accomplishment of job, including display of presenting information to human sensor, controls for human operation, and complex man-machine system. So those are the scope of the material management. So to further move on, let us next discuss the importance of material management. First importance is the time. So poor material management can have a negative effect on the project time, like the insufficiently stock of materials may lead to idling time. A proper material management system ensures that there is enough buffer so as to prevent any stoppage in production. So next is cost. Cost is one of the major considerations in the entire cycle of the projects. Effective material management is able to reduce the overall cost of material. Wrong calculation can lead to over or understocking, which will be bad for the industry. A proper material management systems help in determining the number of materials to be ordered to reduce costs without any obstructions in production. Third one is the quality. Team quality has sometimes become a problem as it is a subjective matter and understood differently by people and organizations. Availability of resources such as materials and equipments as planned during project. Last one is the productivity. So disruptions in material management resulted in a loss of labor productivity as well. But efficient movement of materials increases productivity while reducing materials and equipment usage. This also motivates workers to improve work productivity.
Good day everyone. I am Marujuri Marie G. Entara, and for this morning, I will be tackled about material requirements planning. What is material requirements planning? It is a standard supply planning system to help business, primarily product-based manufacturers, understand inventory requirements while balancing supply and demand. This system accelerates the manufacturing production process by determining what raw materials, components, and sub-assemblies are needed, and when to assemble the finished goods based on demand and bill of materials. MRP gives importance to the business visibility into the inventory requirements needed to meet demand, helping your business optimize inventory levels and production schedules. And without this insight, companies have limited visibility and responsive, which can lead to ordering too much inventory, inability to meet demand, and disruption in the production cycle. The benefit of MRP. The benefit of MRP system will allow you to plan and schedule production efficiently, making sure materials move through the work orders quickly and helping businesses fulfill customer orders on time. There are 4 steps and processes of MRP. The first one is identifying requirements to meet demand. This first step of MRP process is identifying customer demand and the requirements needed to meet it, which starts with inputting customers' orders and sales forecast. That means by using this bill of materials required production, MRP then disassemble demand into the individual components, any raw materials needed to complete the build while accounting for any required sub-assemblies. The second one is checking inventory and allocating resources. Utilizing the MRP to checking demand against inventory and allocating resources accordingly. You can see both what items you have in stock and where they are. That means that if you have inventory across several locations, this also lets you see the status of items, which gives visibility into items that are already allocated to another build as well as items not yet physically in the warehouse, that are in transit or on order. The MRP will move inventory into the proper location and prompts reorder recommendation. The third one is scheduling production. Using the master production schedule, the system determines how much times and labor are required to complete each steps of each building when they need to happen so that the production can occur without delay. That means that the production schedule also identifies what machinery and workstation are needed for each steps and generates the appropriate work orders, purchase orders, and transfer orders. If the build requires sub-assemblies, the system takes into account how much time each sub-assembly takes and schedule them accordingly. The fourth one is identifying issues and making recommendation. It links raw materials to work orders and customer orders, can automatically alert your team when items are delayed and make recommendation for existing orders, which means it will automatically moving production in or out, performing what-if analysis and generating exemption plans to complete the required builds.
So, hi. I'm your reporter in Basic Purchasing Activities. I'm Jonas Leo Guanzon, and let's begin. What is purchasing in business system? The buying products and servicing passing purchasing. Purchasing is the organized acquisition of goods and services on behalf of the buying entity. It is the activities are needed to ensure that needed items are obtained in timely manner and at a reasonable cost. A purchasing department is especially necessary in a manufacturing business where large amounts of raw materials, depending on what kind of business style you have, and components must be obtained on a recurring basis. So, in a purchasing system is a process for buying products and services, encompassing purchase from requisition and purchase order through product receipt and payment. Purchasing systems are key components of effective inventory management in that they monitor existing stock and how companies determine what to buy, how much to buy, and when to buy it. Purchasing systems may be based on economic order quantity. So in our next slide here is about the proper use of purchasing system. Purchasing systems are a key component of effective inventory management. So in the proper using of purchasing system can determine the agreement of top management, which is they already negotiated the price for the final decision of what to purchase. Because of this, the flow of financial management can clearly balance the revenue versus the expenses to know the result if the financial cash flow decision is effective. So in our next slide is the four components of purchasing strategies, which is the vendor consolidation, product standardization, compliance communication, and group purchasing organization. So let's start in vendor consolidation. As you can see, we have the benefit of vendor consolidation, which is the increased purchasing power, lower freight, improved quality, stronger contractual agreements, improved vendor acquisition. In vendor consolidation is one of those supply chain management strategies that is fairly easy to understand and just as easy to implement. It involves reducing the vendor base, using the company's economies of scale to lower prices, lowering incoming freight costs, improving quality, strengthening supply agreement, and then using this benefit to define the company's new vendor acquisition criteria. It is a continuous process and one that produces significant cost reduction. And by the way, this is a negotiation between the purchaser and the seller. This is the agreement of request for lower cost in a particular product. So, next slide here is the product standardization. Part of the consideration in choosing a more streamlined vendor pool is which supplier can provide the same products for all the properties in the portfolio. This will drive down the cost of each item. So, in product standardization, it ensures the specific measures of cleanliness, consistency, and quality, and the adequate quality with every shipment of a product. Creating a set from or creating a set form for all items in the class expedite manufacturing and provides a greater degree of control over testing and management of these assets. It gives inspectors and auditors an easy means of determining whether a company is in compliance with product standardization. So the next one is the compliance communication. A well a well thought out and negotiated purchasing strategy only works if all property managers comply with it and track their expenditures. The management needs to appropriately communicate with the individual property managers about the strategy, the vendor pool, the purchasing, and the reporting mechanism. So, these issues are very often in a part of corporate discussion. In decision making, executives are worried about financial, operational, and management issues as much as about the compliance duties of the corporation, regardless if the size of the corporation. Compliance topics are inserted in regular corporate obligation. And the fourth slide here is the group purchasing organization. A group purchasing organization is an entity that helps healthcare providers and practices realize savings and efficiencies by aggregating pricing volume to negotiate discounts with manufacturers, distributors, and other vendors. So, in a group of purchasing organization ensures that the first tier components listed here are in place with the GPO. In short, all of the vendor pool is set. The discounts have been negotiated and the purchasing platforms already exist.
Next topic is about benefits of integrated waste management. Integrated waste management helps to safeguard the public health, improve the environment, and gives a better image of the city. The benefits that we may get in integrated waste management, it reduces all types of waste and it saves the earth and conserves energy. There are also 7 steps of integrated waste management: reduce, reuse, recycle, compost, incineration waste to energy, landfills, and incineration no energy production. Waste avoidance is the most important thing we can achieve. We prevent excessive use of such capital like electricity and water by reducing waste. The second most important thing we can do is to reuse our surplus materials in order for us not to buy a new one. Next is recycle. It is a form of reprocessing waste materials for the manufacture of another commodity. Composting is a progressive management method that turns any agricultural waste into a functional commodity. Incineration is the primary method of waste to energy disposal.
It is a disposal technology that involves the combustion of solid waste burning in a high temperature. Landfills are engineered pits which toxic waste layers are filed, compacted, and sealed for final disposal. The disadvantage of having landfills is it keeps cities clean. However, the disadvantage is toxic waste are continues to pile up. The last one is incineration, no energy production. Burning trash just to reduce the amount.
Good evening everyone, I am Junita Igaogan and I am going to present about comprehensive waste stream analysis. In this lesson, you will learn about what is comprehensive waste stream analysis, what are the importance of waste stream analysis, and what are the different types of waste stream, and the level assessment of waste stream analysis. So what is waste stream analysis? Waste stream analysis is a process of understanding the mix of material in the local waste stream. Waste stream analysis can be as simple as evaluating existing data that a local government already keeps, or it may include an extensive waste sort to estimate quantities of keeps or various materials in the waste stream. Importance of waste stream analysis. Waste stream assessment should not be conducted only to gather dust in the shelf, but it should be a dynamic record that helps a local government prioritize its reduction activities. Prioritize its waste reduction activities rather. Waste stream assessment provides a local government with the following benefits such as recognizes significant materials and products and their abundance in the waste stream. Second, support to rate the product and materials according to their effects on the local stream. Third, aid to define particular commercial, industrial types or structure which can be focused for waste reduction. And last, to support in the production of waste disposal training manuals. Here are the meaning of waste stream. Try to describe as the entire cycle of the garbage we produce from putting out the trash and recycling for pickup to landfilling, energy production, and the reuse of cycles. The complete waste from its domestic or industrial source through the recovery, recycling, or final disposal. Waste stream has divided into two categories such as material-related stream or material waste stream and product-related stream or product waste stream. Material waste stream defined as a flow of material coming from job site into market for building materials and even wastes makita nato ni siya sa atong panimalay. Metals, those are metals, cardboards, rubbers, glasses, plastics, textiles, papers, woods, and bio-waste. Product waste stream. Product waste stream is something that is provided and sold in large quantities, often as a resulting of a manufacturing process, mostly ani kay mga machineries such as electronic waste and appliances, accumulator, and of life vehicles na di na mag-function siya o di na magamit. Batteries, packaging, and lastly, the construction and demolition waste. Here are the levels of waste stream assessment. There are 4 levels. First one is borrowed data. Much of the data local governments need to have about residential waste and can be gathered from average national and stage data. Ang disposal or transfer facility data, allow communities to identify sources and quantities of waste, and particularly useful for understanding the non-residential waste stream. Level 3 is Commercial Industrial Survey. Waste stream is evaluated from information gathered about or from the generators through writing survey and site visit. Ang level 4 waste sort can help guide a local government waste reduction activities as a program matures and focus the less major components of the waste stream.